Jalen Waddle got freaking paid, Chubbs. He got freaking paid. Yo, 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 welcome back to another episode of House of Wideouts Sports Podcast. My name is Wayne. I'm here with my guy Chubbs. In this episode, we'll be discussing all the wide receivers who got paid recently, as well as previewing the NBA Finals, which tunes in tonight. Also getting into the AFC playoff picture, telling you guys who's going to be the 1 through 7 seed in the NFL and the AFC. This is just a real early prediction. Before we get started, AC Sports Pod everywhere. House of Wideouts Sports Podcast. When you guys like, comment, and subscribe. Chubbs, how you doing, man? Talk to the people.
I'm doing all right. Been better. You
wasn't here last pod because you tore your shit. Talk to the people. What you tore?
Yeah, I tore my calf, my left calf. Doing some code shit. So, I'm disappointed in myself. Didn't stretch, didn't stretch. That's my problem. I keep getting reminded now from work, people, my friends, hey, not just, I'm not one of them young guys. You gotta just be stretching. The older you get, you can't just be going out doing what you used to do. So it doesn't work like that no more. And it was my mistake, but hell, it's gonna be a long 2-3 months, no surgery. They don't do surgery for calves. So yeah, I'll be ready for August camp.
All right. Let's talk about this Jalen Waddle contract. So obviously, Jalen Waddle got a contract extension worth $84 million. I really want to break down the contract that he got. So just so people are aware of how it affects the cap moving forward. So this year, his base salary is $1 million. Next year, his base salary is $1 million as well. But in 2026 is $1 million as well. But in 2027, it skyrockets. But that's his base salary. But let me actually get to the cap number. So his cap hit this year is $9 million. Next year is $8 million. The following year is $11 million. Then after that, it's 33, 37. How do we feel about that? I don't like a back-ended contract, but now that I'm thinking about it, it makes sense why he got paid what he got, because this still leaves a lot of room for them to pay Tua in the next couple of years, which they're going to eventually have to do anyway. But what are your thoughts on that? So, obviously it's a 4-year extension. They're one of the highest paid quarter players, But what are your thoughts, Charles? How are you feeling about the Jalen Waddle contract?
I'm happy for
Did he deserve it, first of all?
I don't think he deserved that much, but he deserved like good pay. Hold on. Oh my gosh. Talk for a little bit, Wayne.
Is there a storm going on in his background? I do think so what year did Jalen Waddle get drafted? So I just want to take a look at the Jalen Waddle draft, right? I just want to see what year he got drafted. I believe that was what year? 2020. So I want to double check before I start speaking out of my ass. So Jalen Waddle got drafted in 2021. So 2021 wide receiver draft, NFL draft. That's obviously the Devonta Smith draft. No. So Jamar Chase is in that draft. We got Jalen Waddle in that draft. Devonta Smith in that draft. Kadarius Toney in that draft. Rashad Bateman in that draft, who also got paid recently. And then obviously you got the Elijah Moores, the Rondell Moores, Tutu Atwell, who I think is still vastly underappreciated in the Los Angeles Rams. All right. So he is definitively the third best wide receiver in his draft class, right? Would you say? Or is he the second best?
It's him and Devontae, right?
Are you taking Devonta Smith? Yeah. Well, Jamar Chase is in that draft, so it's obviously
Jamar Chase. So okay, so listen to me. This is my point. I think he's a great receiver because he's paired with an elite receiver. So his talents get to be shown more because he's not covered like he should be if he was the guy. We all know that. Now, I'm very happy for Waddle. But at the same time, the Miami Dolphins just shot themselves in the foot.
I'm gonna list some receivers, and I want you to tell me if he's better than these guys. This is all I got a question for you. I'm not gonna name the upper echelon, but would you take Jalen Waddle or Puka Nacua?
You're setting me up right here to be very nasty.
Hey, we're here.
So question. Am I, in this context, do I want them on my favorite team? Who would I rather on my favorite team? Is that what we're basically saying?
If you are a GM, Chubb, not the sugar, if you are a GM, you had to pick between the two. Based on what we've seen so far, are you picking Jalen Waddle or are you picking Puka?
I might pick Puka. I ain't gonna lie to you. And that's crazy. That's
Garrett
crazy
Wilson,
to say because it's only 1 year, but
Garrett Wilson or Jalen Waddle?
Nah, Garrett Wilson, my dog. Can't do that. He just had an unfortunate year last year without a quarterback. Mike Evans, dog. That's a number 1 receiver right there.
DJ Moore or Jalen Waddle?
And DJ Moore has hella production with a shitty ass quarterback last year.
DK Metcalf or Jalen Waddle?
See, this gets tough because I think Jalen Waddle is a better route runner than DK, but DK is just as fast and he's big as fuck. So that's a more of a preference. I prefer a bigger receiver that can run, so I'm gonna say DK.
All right. Amari Cooper or Jalen Waddle?
Amari Cooper is elite. Even he gets slept on, but that's a tough one, Wayne. I would probably say Jalen in this sense because he's probably ranked higher traditionally right now than Amari.
You're taking Jalen over Amari Cooper?
I don't, but a lot of people do say that, but I don't know.
Amari so slept on, but
he's underrated though.
George pick T. Higgins or Jalen Waddle?
Oh, T. Higgins, my dog. He's the best wide receiver in NFL.
So Devontae Smith or Jalen Waddle?
Devontae Smith.
George Pickens or Jalen Waddle?
I'm probably going to go Jalen Waddle. I'm sorry.
All right. No, I'm not. Zay Flowers, Jalen Waddle.
Zay Flowers. I'm being biased, but Zay Flowers, dog. He has his route running is better than Jalen's.
Chris Olave or Jalen Waddle?
I'm gonna go Waddle. It's a tough one though. That's
Brandon Ayuk, Jalen Waddle. Brandon Ayuk, Jalen Waddle.
Shit, I don't know, Lane. I'm about to go Jalen Waddle. Are we talking about last year? Then if we're talking about last year, Brandon Ayuk. We talking about career, Jalen Waddle.
All right. Let me see. I want to see if I can get any other names before I go and pass the reign off. Would you rather have Terry McLaurin or Jalen Waddle?
They're like similar. That's a tough one. Because I like Terry. Like Terry, for his size, gets a lot of contested catches. And he slept on too, like Amari is. I'm gonna be honest with you, because he is really dangerous. He just has he was in a bad situation the last couple of years, or every year he's played in the NFL. So here's my thing. I'm gonna say Terry McLaurin, because in my defense, when people are gonna think I'm crazy, and this might be a friend that thinks I'm crazy that used to be.
Look at this disgusting jersey he has on right now.
I was on a good roll right now. You gonna cut me off? It's crazy.
Sorry. Go.
People gonna think I don't even fucking remember now, bro. You just cut me off. That's crazy.
Oh man, I just thought it was disgusting in there. Let's finish this Jalen Waddle topic though. All right.
Oh no, I remember
let me
now.
ask DL,
I remember now. Joey might think I'm crazy, and Finn's Nation, or whatever, Fins Up, what the fuck y'all call yourselves, might think I'm crazy. But in my defense, Joey 2 Live said he didn't trust Devontae. He had to see him go somewhere else and do it with the other quarterback. Until I see Jalen Waddle without Tyreek Hill on that side, that's a tough debate. You understand?
Without a year.
I'm taking Amon St. Brown over him.
Yeah, I didn't say him because I feel like that was a given.
But I don't know.
I don't. So going into this deep Debo or Jalen Waddle.
Debo's. I think his best years are past him. I'll be honest with you. He's kind of on a decline. He's been on a decline. So I'll say Jalen in that sense. But the thing that sucks, Wayne, in the long scheme of things, you're saying they need to pay Tua. Tyreek Hill just came out and said, "I want to get 2 more, 3 more years." So you got to pay him. And you seeing these guys get paid. He's elite, so he's gonna get paid. And the reason why he's doing that, he's not retiring of his contract. He's putting up Phillip Rivers numbers, out here with these women. So he has to give more money. So they're going to be screwed.
All right.
In the long scheme.
Let me go and talk about the other receiver contracts since we're here. Justin Jefferson obviously signed a 4-year, $140 million contract. I think DLSU like it. Echoing. 4-year, $100 million contract, $140 million contract, which includes $110 million guarantee, making him the highest paid non-quarterback in the NFL. What are our thoughts on his contract? Did he deserve all of that money? And obviously he reset not only the receiver market, but every other market as well. Was he worthy of resetting every non-quarterback market?
J-Jet? Yeah, I mean, we've always put him, whenever we talk about Justin Jefferson, whenever we've done a ranking, like ever since he's been in the league after that first year, he's always been either the top 3, top 5 discussion because of his production. He was putting up like rookie rookie stats, season stats, like Randy Moss, except for the touchdowns. He's putting up them yards. So like he was already like projecting to be a top 5 receiver after year 1. So I think he's deserving of resetting it because he's an elite receiver in the league. I'm gonna be honest with you. It sucks for teams.
My question is, I didn't finish your thought.
I said it sucks for teams.
I didn't want to cut you off. Sorry.
It sucks for teams like the Bengals because they got Joe Burrow they need to pay event coming up. They got Jamar Chase they need to pay soon, and they need to pay T. Higgins.
They're not going to pay T. Higgins. Well, remember Joe Burrow signed his contract last year.
Oh, he did, but Jamar and T are up, so one of them are gone. Probably it's mostly going to be T. We all know that. But
am I crazy to say this? I don't think he deserves that contract because to me, this highest non-QB contract. So to me, you're saying outside of any QB, he's the most valuable player.
No, well, don't forget, Wayne.
And don't think that's true.
Time out, Wayne. Don't forget, every year the salary cap's going up. They're eventually going to be putting up one day like NBA contract numbers for NFL players because of the viewership.
Yeah.
Especially, I'm gonna be honest, because not mean to bring her up. Taylor Swift got them paid last year because she had all. They say that she affected the games. More viewership, got bigger contracts for these guys coming up, and it's only going to continue. Especially when they do these dumbass streaming services that are going to pay shit ton of money to make you watch one game a year, and they get those contracts going. They're having more money for the players. So,
the streaming services ain't crazy because they all gonna give you a free trial, and people gonna cancel them after the free trial. But most of the streaming services are streaming services that people already have anyway. So,
but I'm saying like a game on Netflix. Netflix will pay us a ton of money to do that.
Yeah, that's true. I feel like the Chiefs have given you the formula. The Patriots have given you a formula. I don't think you make the receiver the highest paid player on your team. I'm sorry. It's not. This is not a recipe. I'm probably the only one here on the limb. I think they should have traded him. I think they should have got value for him. J-Jet his market was so high. Because what's going to happen is, I don't believe in J.J. McCarthy. They're going to be looking for another QB in 2 to 3 years.
JJ to JJ.
Jefferson's going to want out, and his thing's going to be low. When you could have traded him high, where honestly, you probably could have got 2 first-round picks and maybe a third and a fourth if you traded Justin Jefferson this offseason. Get a receiver-heavy class. Get another receiver to pair with Jordan Addison, who we saw play really well. Get some picks in the future to get some linemen. Build up that offensive line, which is something we know they haven't been the complete best with. They could have really built their team out, and that is what I'm saying. And I felt like making the great – I'm heavy in Jordan Addison. I feel like if you replaced him, he wouldn't have given you Justin Jefferson numbers, but he would have given you 1,200, 1,300 yards a year. I feel like that. If he's a wide receiver on the team, you're getting 1,300 yards. You could have picked up another receiver in this receiver-heavy class. Again, got some O-linemen, got some talent, got some draft picks. I just think this is not going to work, and Jordan Jefferson is going to be off this team in 2 years. Justin Jefferson is going to be off this team in 2 years. So I don't like it. I don't like it. Me personally, I'm never a fan of paying receivers high. Smoke. What are your thoughts on this Jefferson?
I mean, according to his talent, I guess he deserves to be the highest paid receiver in the league. If I don't like this particular signing at this moment because he's coming off an injury, and I don't think you pay someone that much to reset the market. I feel like they're doing it. We're putting all the eggs in one basket, like you said, for all the reasons you just said. Not really trusting J.J. McCarthy. His rookie year could turn something, that was once good, bad. Although you have Addison, like you said, I feel like it's going to be kind of a, 1A, 1B type of situation where it might become a locker room, might be lost. So who knows? But I like the money for him, for his talent. But like I said, at the time where the signing comes, it's a risky move for Minnesota. That's what I would say. But we'll see how it plays out. You really definitely just explain how they could have used the money differently. But that's that. We'll see. We'll see how it goes.
I don't know. They got a lot of stuff they do need to work on. That's a fact. But
that's my thing. It's a lot of stuff for them to work on.
It's one of the once-in-a-time player, though.
Yeah, but you're not putting pieces around him right now.
Wayne, he's like projecting the receiving yards for the what's it called, Vikings franchise.
Maybe this thing made me upset because I saw people saying he's better than Antonio Brown already. Bro.
No, he's not better than Antonio Brown.
Wait, time out. A lot of people, y'all were high on Jettis though. Y'all were saying he was the best receiver by far.
He is. He's still the best receiver in the league.
So are you more so mad at the amount of money or with the Vikings?
He's mad that the Vikings cashed out and they needed to address other spots, is what he's basically saying.
Yeah. I feel like they got it because for me, I think Kevin O'Connell's a good coach, but he's not being set up to be where he needs to be. And to me, when you have a Jordan Addison, you have a TJ Hawkinson, you need a lot of help on that defense. That's been one of the worst defenses in the league. You need a lot of offensive line help. I feel like you get rid of a valuable asset. You lost Danielle Hunter too, doing the same thing. I just feel like
DL. He just lost me because I'm just now thinking it. Why wouldn't you want to keep Jay Jettas when you have a rookie quarterback that you want to be successful and put a team? You just explained it. I'm listening to you. I'm like, yo, Jay Jettas, Hawkinson, Jordan Addison.
My thing is, I don't trust Jay. To me, I wouldn't have drafted J.J.
McCarthy. But you're saying, but time out. But you're saying you would have traded Jay Jennings. That would just set up McCarthy even
Well,
worse. Like,
the thing is,
I said trade him in the draft, Chubbs. I said trade him in the draft.
the thing is, a healthy Kirk Cousins and
but now that you have him,
Justin Jefferson, they were competing. Like, you know what I mean? So
numbers.
I feel like he was in win now. He's in win now mode. Justin Jefferson and adding JJ McCarthy might kind of be a step back.
I ain't gonna hold you.
Progression. So I don't know.
I don't think receivers lead to wins. I feel like that's the least position.
Frozen.
Yeah,
I can hear you, Wayne, but you're frozen.
I'm still frozen, but I'm gonna keep talking until I'm back. I feel like receivers affect the game the least out of any position on the field.
Well, obviously,
it just
affect winning the least out of any position on the field.
They're the least effective position. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. So for me, for a receiver to be the highest paid non-quarterback is insane.
But the thing is, I get what you're saying, but I feel like they don't think that JJ McCarthy is as bad as you're thinking.
There's some receivers that definitely
because when you have because think about it, when you have two weapons like this, there's no way your quarterback should go wrong. I'm not gonna say should go wrong. There's no way your quarterback should go wrong with two of these weapons. So their investment.
That re-signing was for JJ McCarthy.
No, 100%. It makes sense with the JJ McCarthy signing, yeah. But I think they messed up from the beginning by drafting JJ and not trading Justin Jefferson before the season. That's just my opinion. Charles, you made a face when me and DL said receivers affect winning the least out of any position.
Because there's some receivers in the league I definitely think affect winning in their games for sure. Like, you need to get them the football. Antonio Brown, you need to get the ball to him, right?
On average, bro, the receivers are the least effective.
AJ Brown, you need to get the ball to him.
But there are some receivers that you are like, all right, I would rather.
AJ Brown had a great season, and the Eagles sucked.
Still need to give him the ball.
So you telling me, Wayne?
The least effect on winning, though.
So you telling me you would
Mike
take
Evans? They ain't got in the playoffs.
The only case you had Tyreek Hill, what he did with the Dolphins.
If you had to choose, Brown, who's the best player to you? The best receiver to you, Wayne?
Right now in the league, when healthy, is Jettis.
Well, no, of all time. Let's say of all time.
Of all time, Jerry Rice.
Yeah,
Jerry Rice.
If you had to choose between starting your team with Jerry Rice or Patrick Mahomes, who would you pick?
Patrick Mahomes.
Okay. I guess that's a
offensive lineman.
Yeah, I guess because offense.
I think Jerry Rice is the second or third best football player to ever play the game of football. But at the end of the day, receivers have the least effect on winning because their production relies on everybody else. If you have a bad offensive line, it's hard for a quarterback to get the ball to the best receiver in the league.
There are exceptions like Megatron, so you can just have a quarterback.
I would definitely take Megatron over Patrick Mahomes. I would definitely take Megatron over Patrick.
You're taking Megatron over Patrick Mahomes if you're starting a team? There's no way.
I mean, it's quarterbacks that can just throw the ball,
yeah.
Just throw it up.
Give me. I'll take Matt Stafford with Calvin Johnson. And my team will give you buckets.
Give me Joshua Dobbs.
Would you rather take Jettis or Trent Williams right now if you were starting?
Give me Campbell from the Redskins. Jason Campbell.
Jettis or Trent Williams?
That's crazy. He had Matthew Stafford, who you guys say is a bona fide Hall of Famer, and they could barely get in the playoffs. Stop.
That's because the team around them.
My point exactly.
No, we're not. This is Detroit we're talking about. Stop it. They had terrible GMs and that for years. That's not the same.
Receivers have the least effect on winning in the game of football.
Hold on, their games they won was because of fucking Calvin Johnson.
Wasn't that many?
Just the playoffs.
DL, stop. That's nasty. He was getting
Yeah,
double
when we
feature
talk
on
about
teams.
effect on winning, what do we talk about when we talk about effect on winning? We talking about one game, or are we talking about winning a big kahuna?
Wait, you telling
That's
me
why I was trying to see like what
the
you
game
value,
we got
like
2-3
because
people on you all the time. Like,
I
come on now.
feel the argument of taking Megatron. I mean, me
I
personally, I
bet
wouldn't.
you playoff for it.
But Megatron's just like if you have a quarterback that can throw the ball on average up, then you'll be in a good position every game.
Yeah,
You know what I
bro,
mean?
give
Give me Kirk
Tom
Cousins.
Brady had Randy Moss. They broke every
Time out.
record,
Give me
and
Kirk
they still
Cousins.
didn't win the Super Bowl. And lost to Eli Manning.
Nah.
And that don't show you can have the greatest QB ever with the top 3 receiver all time, and they didn't win together.
Bro,
that tells you receivers
if
have
you
the
draft
least
Patty-
effect
Yeah,
on
you're
winning
right.
in
I
the
mean,
game of football.
but it's defense.
bro, give me Kirk Cousins with Calvin. We cooking.
I agree. Receivers are the
Is Kirk Cousins better than fucking Matthew Stafford?
Kirk Cousins put up 5,000 yards, right? He be throwing the ball though.
Is Kirk Cousins better than Matthew Stafford, Chubbs?
Some seasons he was.
Is
Other
he
seasons,
better
no.
than? Is Kirk Cousins a better quarterback than Matthew Stafford?
Matthew Stafford's a Hall of Famer, so no.
Okay, so don't tell me give me Megatron and Kirk Cousins.
I'm
Megatron
making the point. You can just throw the ball at him; he'll catch a fucking ball.
Kirk Cousins had Giants. I lost to the Giants.
If
Wait.
I'm gonna say one thing, and then we're gonna stop with the. This year, if Kirk Cousins gets Kyle Pitts to 1,000 yards, I don't want to hear shit.
Oh, Matt Ryan got Kyle Pitts at 1,000 yards.
No, he
what are you
didn't.
talking about?
Bro.
Yes, he did. His rookie year.
How many years?
he had 1,000 yards.
How many years has Kyle Pitts been in the league? 4. This is probably his 4th year.
3. Yeah, he had 1,000 yards. First
Very
rookie
lackluster.
tight end since Mike Ditka to get.
You were telling me he was top 5 before the season even started.
Oh, he gonna be top 5. Desmond Ritter throwing a goddamn ball. What do you want me to do about that?
He has Kirk Cousins now. Thank you.
No, he gonna be good with Kirk.
Kirk Cousins will sling that shit.
All right, man. Let's get to the NBA Finals, man. Tonight's the first game of the NBA Finals. Got a little preview, but before we get started, I want you guys to give me a prediction on who's going to win the series and why they're going to win the series. I'll let DL start since he has the Boston Celtics. Being a black man and being a Boston Celtics fan is crazy to me. But come on, go ahead, DL.
That's crazy. That's racist.
That is racist.
But, I got the Celtics.
Yeah,
obviously, I think. I mean, who doesn't have the Celtics winning? Everybody has the Celtics winning, right? They're the favorites. They're the best team. They're the better team, right? You know, they have all the pieces, right? There's no reason why they should lose, right? These are the narratives, right? So, of course, I got the Celtics winning.
Yeah, tell us why you got the Celtics winning.
I'm getting into it. That was just a build up. Just a build up, man. Like I said, for all those reasons, better defensive team, and I think just because the experience is there, Dallas really only has Luka and Kyrie. That's the only thing they've been raving about in the news. Obviously, Luka's going to get his. I feel like he's definitely going to do what he has to do to keep his team in the game, make it a series. But again, Boston just has defenders at all 5 positions. People who can guard all 5 positions. You know, bigger bodies than what they faced in the past. So, I mean, I think that Jason Kidd's a good coach, but, you know, obviously Joe Mazzulla is also a good coach. But it's just going to come down ultimately to stopping the duos. And I think that in a full game, for 48 minutes, Boston's duos have a better, you know, a more efficient two ways, I would say, overall. And I think that's what's going to make the difference. I have Boston winning ultimately at 6. But again, it ain't going to be a series where it's just, I feel like everybody expecting Boston to fold and crumble and whatever the case may be. But I just feel like it's going to be a series where Boston gets it done, finally gets it done. So it's just my opinion. Beat them twice in the regular season. So let's see. That's my prediction.
All right. Chubbs, who do you have?
You said they only got Kyrie and Luka?
Who else they got?
I like their rotation of their big men with Gafford and Lively. They come off the bench for each other, and that's interior defense right there. PJ Washington's been playing great with the Mavs, shooting the basketball. Like, I know that Luka and Kyrie are the main two, but they got a team. It's not like they got some scrubs out there. They're in the finals for a reason. It's gonna be a good game. I think it's a good series. I think it's gonna go to 6 games. I do have the Mavs. I just think right now, Kyrie and Luka are hot right now. I will say it. Those two are playing extremely well right now, especially together. Kyrie has proven that, hey, I know people Crutch will always say he needs LeBron. I know he's there with Luka, but Kyrie's balling. Kyrie's proven to be saying, like, I'm one of the best 2 guards, of all time. I want to put some respect on my name, type shit. So I'm really watching them play, and I just think they have all the momentum in the world. And so, like I said, Lively's been playing good in the playoffs. Gafford's been doing what he needs to do in the playoffs. Interior defense, like against the Celtics, the Mavs can do it. I really believe it. Now that you have to rely on your shooters from the Celtics, and it's basketball. Sometimes you have off nights. All I'm saying is the Celtics can't have any off nights during the game and during the series, because if you let the Mavs get up on you, I just think it's over. You know what I mean? Like, you got to win at home. Can't take no L's at home against these guys. And it's gonna be fun to watch because Kyrie hates Boston, hates it. So it's gonna be a fun. It's in Boston tonight, right?
Yeah,
it's gonna be. This is must watch TV.
Boston tonight.
Must watch. But I got the Mavs in 6. Jason Tatum will still be a superstar in this league, but the face talk will probably be over with. Because he's been here, and this is just what I'm saying. He'll be here for the 3rd time or second time or 3rd time and failed. They shit on LeBron for that for years until he finally won. So I like Tatum, but I just don't trust. I think it's gonna be a good game though. Good series. I don't trust the Celtics though.
All right. Gets on me now. All right. So, guys kind of alluded everything. Mavs are coming off a great series where they've played some talented teams throughout the postseason. Obviously, they beat the Kawhi-less Clippers, but that team still had James Harden, Russell Westbrook, Paul George, and company. Then they go and beat OKC, the number 1 team in the West, where it was Chet, Shea, J-Dub. Then they go ahead and beat the Wolves, who I picked last series to win because of the team I thought after they just beat the Nuggets, they just destroyed the number 1 defense in the league in 5. On the other hand, you have the Boston Celtics. No Jimmy Butler in the first round. They take care of business, get the Heat out of there in 5. Donovan Mitchell misses 2 games in the second series. They get the Cavs out of there in 5. And then obviously they sweep the Pacers, coming back in multiple games, where people say they haven't been challenged. I say it is a challenge being down 18 and eventually coming back. Boston has by far and far away been the best team. If you're talking about this totality of the season, no team was within 13 wins of them, I believe it was. So it's going to be a really, really good series, in my opinion. You got Jason Tatum, who if he wins this series, he gets to put himself in those close to top 5 talks. Luke, if he wins, he's solidified as the best player in the league, I think, if he were to win this series. Kyrie, if he wins, it solidifies his legacy, puts him in those top 10 point guards all-time talks. I can no longer say Damian Lillard is better than him at the moment until we see what Dame and Giannis do, possibly. Obviously, that means a lot for Jaylen Brown if he were to win, if find a way to win Finals MVP. Will there be more respect? Will that cause tension? I was thinking about this the other day, and I was like, the Heat and Celtics messed everything up for each other. I think they beat each other both in the wrong years. I think, I'm just bringing this back. So I think if the Heat beat Boston in 2022, that is, I think they beat the Warriors. Now, I think if the Celtics beat the Heat last year, I think they beat the Nuggets. And this wouldn't be that much of a discussion of whether Jason Tatum will choke or Jaylen Brown will be ready, because obviously last time we saw Jason Tatum in the finals, it wasn't as bad as 2011 Braun, but it was bad. So as far as who I'm picking into the series, I think there's going to be a lot of adjustments. The Celtics were one of the worst pick and roll defenses in the league this year, and the Mavs are one of the best. Obviously, Luka's one of the best pick and roll players of all time, honestly. But one thing the Celtics do have their advantage is they have four players that can put the ball on the floor and make a move, can score, can get their own shot. Something that the Timberwolves didn't have last series, where Luka was able to relax for some stretches on defense. He's not going to be able to do that this series. If you watch any of the 2 games this year, they put Luka in a lot of action and got him tired. Even though he did average, I think, 35, 15, and 12 versus them, they still came with losses each time. Obviously, Jason Tatum, on the other hand, has also had great games. Jaylen Brown. They got the one thing that helps, as Dio says, Luka and Kyrie. The Celtics have a lot of bodies in their starting 5. And obviously their bench hasn't been a bench, something that the Mavs have done a great job is being able to rotate and keep their guys fresh. Who I am picking in this series is I have the series going to 6. And I want the Mavs to win, but my brain just tells me the Celtics are going to win the NBA Finals. If the Mavs were to win, would I be happy? Absolutely, yes.
Don't do that.
But everything in my head tells
me. Pick a definitive winner, Dwayne.
When it comes to picking logic, I have the Celtics winning this in 6. I have to use logic. I have to use everything. The Celtics have multiple defenders they can throw at both of these 2 main guys. They can put a lot of these guys, Kyrie and Luka, when I say guys, in a lot of action. There's going to be a lot of switching. The one thing I think the Mavs can do is force them off the 3-point line. If they learn anything from watching Miami Heat, that's kind of what we do. Force them off the 3-point line, make them take a lot of more mid-range shots, and kind of force them to their rim protectors, which the Mavs have been doing a great job of doing all postseason. But when it just comes down to the team that I think is just a better team, I'm going to stick with our last series. I picked the Timberwolves because I thought, as an overall team, I thought they were better. I'm going to do the same thing here. I think the Celtics are the overall better team. And then this, pushes JT in those top 5 conversations, elevates him, depending on how he plays. If they win and he's just 3rd best player in the series, he has to be top 2. So it's got to be him and Luka. They got to be the 2 best. Because if Luka wins and Kyrie's better than him and Jason Tatum play better than him, Luka can't say he's the best.
So I guess my question would be, because I don't know, I don't talk about it as much as I should. I guess what would be classified because when we say the best player, we look at points. We don't look at overall impact. And when we say we
like overall impact of the game.
Well, I'm saying when it comes to the Celtics, they got all these bodies. Like you said, they got 4 players who can put the ball on the ground, create their own shots. So Jason Tatum's, not even Jason Tatum, anybody's role for that matter is the same. You know what I mean? Still having the same impact and winning the game. Like, who's to say that Jason Tatum played bad or didn't play well enough to win? Because we keep on saying he has the team, but when he doesn't put up these,
for me, Jason Tatum playing bad. So I say Jason Tatum for me playing bad is being inefficient, shooting. Okay, how many points he put up? He's inefficient, and he's turning the ball over. That's why he played bad in that first finals, because he was inefficient.
Yeah, I completely agree with that.
Over.
But I'm saying a lot of the critique comes also when he's. But he also doesn't shoot a lot sometimes. When he is having those off nights, he might stop shooting and just impact the game in other ways. And people bash him for that. And I'm just like, well, he's utilizing what he has around him.
It got to be a clear impact in other ways, though. Got to be a clear impact other ways.
But that's what I'm saying. He didn't win. Go yeah. What about the game 7? That's what I'm about to talk about too.
I was gonna say game 7 when Ant played, right? And he was trash offensively. You saw the other impact because what he did in the second half was I'm not scoring, I'm not doing well. I'm gonna get Jamal Murray. I'm gonna shut Jamal Murray down for this second half. I'm gonna get steals. I'm gonna play great defense. I'm gonna assist the ball. That's a clear impact. I think for Jason Tatum, it's kind of hard to see that because one, he's never gonna be like, I'm gonna go guard the best player because the guys just have better defenders than him, right? You got better facilitators for him. So sometimes he may be impacting the game other ways. Definitely, he definitely does. But sometimes it's hard to say his impact is overwhelming in those other areas because everybody else on the team does the same shit. So he may be doing the same thing, but everyone else is doing it either on the same level or maybe be like a little bit.
And I feel like that's often seen as a negative thing, and I don't agree with that perspective, I guess. But even with the Eastern Conference champion final.
How so? Why don't you agree with that?
I don't agree with it being a negative thing because, like you said, when you put pieces around you, what do you expect? You know what I mean? Like otherwise, it's just the Russell Westbrook effect, or it's just the Luka effect, where you're just putting up hella points and not winning. You know what I mean? And empty calorie stats. We talk about players who do that all the time. We talk about particularly Joel Embiid, you know what I mean, who's putting up all these numbers, has the ability to impact the game in so many different ways, but he does.
Empty calorie stats and Joel Embiid is not the same. Joel Embiid just always hurt. That's what it is.
Yeah, he needs to stay healthy. That's his biggest thing.
If you look at the numbers, like in that Knicks series where they lost,
Dwayne, the numbers are fine, but what does that mean when you're not winning, Dwayne? We don't talk about Joel Embiid nearly as much in the same light as we do Jason Tatum. Joel Embiid has not been to one Eastern Conference final.
Hasn't been to the promised land.
And we don't we don't wake up and say that every day. We don't wake up and be like, Joel Embiid hasn't been to the Eastern Conference finals.
Because Joel Embiid is always out. Yeah. He's always out.
But we still advocate for him being the top. But Dwayne, we still advocate for him being the top 5 player, bro. Top 5 MVP. The best ability is availability. We say that all the time.
But when he's available and on the court, he's a top 5 player.
I feel like
he's not a top 5 player when he's on the court.
I personally don't think so. I think he's right outside. And I think Giannis is better than him. You know what I'm saying? You don't think Giannis is better? I would argue
Giannis is better than him. Huh?
You don't think Giannis is better than him?
Me personally, no. But if you say that, I don't argue with you. I think they're right there.
Okay, and then you know who I have? He will be 6.
Who else you got better than him?
I mean, if we talking about the younger players.
Yeah, you can no longer put LeBron in.
No, that's what I'm saying. I'm not including him in stuff. Like I would obviously Luka, Joker, Giannis, Tatum.
All right, we're not going to argue about that today.
Yeah, well, we don't have to. I said this already.
I don't know how Tatum's better than him, but we're not going to argue.
Because Joel Embiid doesn't do anything but get to the line, and he can be so much better.
It's true.
Joel Embiid can be so much better than what he is, and you know that. We all knew that. We all agreed to that.
He led the league in scoring last year, bro.
Every player has done that before. Pish posh.
No, Tatum hasn't.
Yeah. He's been to 5 finals, 5 Eastern Conference finals at least. How many Embiid has?
That's true.
I'm just saying. And I'm not. Don't do this because I'm not giving you Embiid. I gave you Luka. I'm not giving you Embiid. We're not doing this. So, yeah. I just wanted to know, your perspective. That's it.
So who do you guys have winning tonight? The first game of the series.
I got the Celtics winning the first one at home.
Celtics 6.5, minus 6.5.
Not the
Think
spread.
that-
You got us with the spreads, move.
Taking a spread, bro.
I think they win this first one, and I think the Mavs will win the second one. I think the Mavs do take one game.
Here's my take. If the Mavs win,
I think the Celtics can afford for the Mavs to take a game.
see, I think the opposite. I think if the Celtics lose tonight, bro, they're winning the series 5-1, 4-1, and 5.
Think so?
I really do. I really think that.
Then they went 2 in Dallas.
I think they win the rest of the game. If the Mavs win tonight, I just think the adjustment is gonna be crazy, bro. Like, all right, are we depending on how this game go, and if the Mavs win, I really think that's the last Mavs one of the series.
I disagree. I think the Celtics can afford for the Mavs to win. In my opinion, this game, any game at home, I think if Celtics do lose one of these first 2 games, it creeps in that doubt, especially depending on how they play. If they play well, if the Celtics play amazing and they still lose, then it's a totally different thing. But if they play bad, then I think they feel better. And obviously, we got to play a little better. But if they play as well as we think they can play and still find a way to lose, because the Mavs just in clutch, which the Mavs are really good in the clutch, end up winning this game, then I think this changes the whole trajectory. So I think they can't afford to lose 2 games. I think they need to have the Mavs have doubt going into Dallas. Because the Mavs have won. Say the Mavs won this game, I think the Mavs concede game 2. Like we saw they were going to do when they played the Wolves when they came back. Then they concede game 2, but in game 3 and 4, they come back to Boston with a 3-1 lead, in my opinion. But it's going to be a good series, man. It's going to be a really, really good series. It's not going to be like last year where the Heat were heavily outmatched. So, yeah. Any final thoughts on the NBA Finals before we go and talk about who we have as our 1 through 7 seed this year going into for the AFC?
Nah, man. Oh, I guess my question was, Chris, I guess you had the narrative. If Jason Tatum loses, you're not going to talk about him in any type of light as far as being the face.
Probably is. I feel like the face conversation is.
Oh yeah, I think that's over with anyway. But what if he wins, Chris? What is your perspective on if he wins, if he beat Luka?
If he beats Luka and he's the Finals MVP and he is doing superstar face things, then he would be the next up. I would definitely say that. I believe it was it was between Jason, Luka, and this playoffs of these conference finals. Out of those, I wasn't really trusting to Hallie. Hallie's not going to be no face of the league.
So this finals,
I think so.
For Jason Tatum means,
but he could be the best player in the NBA. Could be.
I'm just trying to. I need some narratives, man.
Could be.
I need some narratives
because my thing is like the guys like LeBron, the guys like Kawhi, the guys that were the Steph. They're all getting older now, on their way out. Eventually, they are. Bro. Come on now.
This revisionist history of Kawhi. Kawhi was never the face of the league. Never.
Kawhi was elite though. Come on.
Never.
He was elite though. Come on.
Never.
I know what you mean, Chris. I know what you mean.
Thank you. You know what I was
talking about. Kawhi was top 3 in this position. At one point, Kawhi was top 3 in this position.
I said a decade. So I don't know if you guys saw that clip with Pat Bev pod. And he was talking about top 20s, 2020.
I'm not subscribed to Pat Bev.
It just came on my timeline. And they were saying who are the top 4 players of the decade. And then obviously we all know the top three is Steph, KD, bro. And then like who gets that
KD's getting old too,
spot? Gil said it's between Russ and James Harden. And then
James getting
people
old
said
too.
Kawhi. So if you going back to the 2010s, I want you guys to think who is that? You got to add that fourth person. Who would it be?
I'm sorry,
between
Wayne.
those three.
You know what's funny?
I'm putting Kawhi in there. I'm sorry.
Those two players are the same.
And there's no way it's Kawhi. It's no way it's Kawhi, bro.
Yeah, it's no way, Chris. I don't know what you're talking about. Those two players, Westbrook and Harden, are the same two players that I compare Luka to right now. The same two players.
We're not about to talk to you.
Harden been to the final. Harden ever been to the final.
But first of all, Harden was a 6 man.
Which is more impressive.
I'll be right back. I gotta get some ice.
Go ahead, Wayne. My bad.
Yeah, I don't know what Chubbs is talking about with Kawhi being that. Like, for people to say Kawhi was better than Russ and Harden in the 2010s is crazy. It's not.
Just because he's triple double, bro. Yo.
Chris, 60 points.
I'm not even picking Russ. I was gonna pick James Harden. So why are you getting mad at me?
I would pick either, bro.
To me, it's either or. I just think Kawhi's not in that conversation. Like if we do a top 5 of the 2010s, Kawhi's not in that conversation. Yes, he won 2 chips and won 2 Finals MVP. One of them, he was an Andre Iguodala ass MVP. The 2019 one was fire, but outside of that, bro, no MVPs. Like I can't give it to him.
I don't know though, bro. He's the best player on the championship team with Toronto, bro. That's a criteria, bro. He was the MVP that year.
He won because the whole time Warriors team got hurt in the finals. You don't think Braun was mad as hell at home? Like, why the hell y'all had to be healthy for me?
I'm dead. Yeah, that's crazy. That was nasty.
KD got hurt. Like, it was over. But my narrative for JT is he pushed himself closer to the top 5 conversation.
I know your narrative is nasty.
Depending on what he does next regular season, he might be top 5.
This is crazy.
Why is it crazy?
You have a compound sentence for your narrative for JT.
How's there a compound sentence? You start working at a school. Yeah, now you're talking about conducting what's your function. Yeah, right.
He said Jason Tatum has to win Finals MVP this year, along with performing well next year on an MVP caliber level. Period.
Yeah. Period. And that's how I will put him in top 5. So going to the next postseason, if he does what I think he can do, he'll be top 5 for me. I don't think a lot of people got Shea above him. You think Shea's above him?
Basically, so you have him top 5 based on potential, based on what you just said. What you think he can do?
Can he potentially be top 5? Yes, potentially. Because my top 5 right now, if I go right now, top 5 is Joker, Luka, Embiid, Giannis. And I probably still got Steph at 5.
Can't count Steph, bro.
Why can't I count Steph?
He's old.
But he's still top 5 player in the league.
So is Bron.
I don't think Bron's top 5. I think Bron's 6, 7. Bron, KD, they're both right there. When Kawhi was healthy, I probably would have put Kawhi in front. Actually, when Kawhi's healthy, Kawhi's 5. Then Steph 6, 7, Bron.
You know that's ridiculous.
Jason Tatum's like 9, 10. Not 10, 11.
I'm not talking about that. I know you have beef with Jason Tatum. I don't care.
I don't have beef with Jason Tatum. There's no beef with Jason Tatum. Jason Tatum's a great player. I just think the way I feel like Jason Tatum's the same way I felt about Melo. I think people and Paul George at one point, people were overrating them way too early, and then they fell flat in their face, and people were just super fans of them, so they never acknowledged it. So I just think we're trying to, like, to me, Melo was never in the realm of Braun, but people always say he was close to Braun. So
yeah, that's crazy.
That's how I feel.
I've actually never heard it. It's insulting.
Call Alex Charles right now and figure that out. He'll tell you right now.
He's not a person, bro. He's not a person.
Yeah, metal fence. So that's just how I feel about it. I'm trying to stall until Chubbs comes back so we can do this top seven. But I got a question for you. Who scores 30 tonight? Who's more likely to score 30 tonight? Jason Tatum or Luka Doncic?
More likely Luka.
What was the question?
Realistically, Jaylen Brown.
Who's more likely to score 30 tonight? Jason Tatum or Luka?
Luka.
All right. Well, Chubbs, you're back, so we could go ahead and get started. We're going to talk about the top 7 seeds in the AFC. So I want you guys to give me, who do you guys have being your 7th seed next year?
It was a tough one. I'm leaning towards the Cleveland Browns. So that's my 7th seed, Cleveland Browns.
Any particular reason?
Tough division. I think there's multiple teams going to come out of that division. They're going to be probably around the 9-8, 10-7 finish, which is typically a 7 seed, 6 seed wild card, typically.
All right. I
they have a good roster, so they should
have the Cleveland Browns.
Yeah.
I too have the Cleveland Browns being a top 7 seed, or the 7th seed as well. Just a spoiler alert, I have all 4 teams from the AFC North going to the playoffs. Spoiler alert on my end. So yeah. Smooth, who do you have for a 7th seed?
Trying to think if I had the Bengals even. No, I didn't have the Bengals in my top 10 at all. I don't think I had the Browns either. As far as the AFC is concerned, I don't think I have either one of them.
I'll double check for you.
But I would have to go Cincinnati if I had to choose between the two.
Actually, I was wrong. No. I'm wrong. I don't have the Browns on mine. I had the Browns not making the playoffs. I had the Bengals at 7. Apologies. Bengals at 7.
Yeah, Bengals. I will go Bengals at 7.
Who is your 6th seed, Chubbs?
My 6th seed is the Pittsburgh Steelers. Similar reason as to the Browns. The division's going to be cutthroat, as always. And they have a hard schedule. Some might say the hardest schedule.
It is the hardest.
So I think they're going to probably end up 10-7, 9-8, just like the 7th seed, and make the playoffs in the back end. Because they got a good roster. And if they don't, oh my gosh, I'm going to talk so much shit.
All right. DL?
Mark me down for Blitzburg as well. I have a top 10 this year.
You did have them in your top 10 power ranking. My number 6 seed is the Indianapolis Colts. Anthony Richardson returned, like what they did in the draft. Adion Mitchell's going to have a big year. Joshua Downs, Michael Pittman Jr. getting a pass rusher. The return of Anthony Richardson got the Colts at number 6. Number 5, Chubbs.
I'm going to go with the New York Jets at number 5.
Yeah, you just got the same list, huh?
I think that they are going to have a way better year because Aaron Rodgers will play, but I don't think it's the year that they win the division, but they do make the playoffs. They did make some moves, so they made really good moves. They are on paper a playoff football team. On paper, they improved the offensive line in a way. Running backs are there. They got a rookie running back that's the biggest running back in the league, bigger than fucking Derrick Henry, damn near.
He's not playing. He's not playing.
He'll get some carries. But Brees Hall
He's
is the
not.
main guy. Receiving core is still crazy. Malachi Corley to that mix. I like what they did. Their defense is still a good defense. So yeah, I don't think they're going to win the division, but they'll make playoffs.
My number 5 team is the Pittsburgh Steelers. I was playing really well. I think we'll win the most games in our division yet again. But there's some out of conference games, out of division games. I think we'll end up losing that one and biting us in the ass in the end. But yeah, I have the Pittsburgh Steelers as the 5th seed. Improvements made. Obviously, we signed Cameron Sutton. It's crazy. So it's definitely short of that quarterback room for sure. Something that we need. Do need to get some receivers, but we'll see how it goes. We'll see what Roman Wilson does. Do a great job drafting them. So I trust in this. But yeah, obviously great improvement to the QB room. So happy Lenny Lickett is going. Who's your 5, Smoke?
I got the Jets as well. I think the return of Aaron Rodgers is definitely going to help them. Team's already good. They're just missing that main piece. So yeah, division sucks. So no reason why they shouldn't win it between them and Miami, who actually I have as my number 4. Sorry, spoiler alert, but my bad.
All right. Next team. My number 4, my 4th seed is going to be the Kansas City Chiefs. These will be the 4th seed. I think they're not going to take the regular season as serious as they should be. Still have a great record, but they'll have the 4th best record out of all the remaining teams. Chubb's your 4th seed.
I got the Dolphins. I think they're going to win
the same exact seed.
They're going to win the division. I believe they do win the division. It's going to be a little bit of a battle. They'll lose some games. They'll be closer than we think with the Jets. But on paper, I mean, they should win the division, but I don't think that's the extent they're going to go. They're going to be 4th seed, and then they'll be happy about winning the division. I don't got much to really say about the Dolphins when it comes to the rest of the teams that are on my list.
Yeah, the same number 4 seed, Smooth. So
yeah,
I'll start with my number 3 seed. My number 3 seed is going to be the Baltimore Ravens. Tough record schedule this year, as well as I think the division also got better too. So a lot of the ones that they won, I think they're going to split up a lot of the division games, but win a lot of out of division games. So yeah, I got the Ravens at number 3. Chubbs?
Me? Well, my number 3 is Kansas City. They're going to lose games. Just they lose games during the year that they shouldn't lose. It's like inevitable. It's like in their DNA. They're still going to be a contender, obviously, when they get in the playoffs. Doesn't matter where they are. I just think they will drop some games they shouldn't this year, which will ultimately get them out of the number 1/2 seed. Not that they'll be fighting for it, but I just think they'll drop some games they shouldn't have, like they did last year.
I agree. That's why I have them at the 4th seed.
At 3, I have Houston. I think they got extremely better. And not extremely better, but they got better offensively, definitely adding Diggs and whatnot. Had a lot of, raise a lot of eyebrows last year, exceed expectations, make it to the playoffs. CJ Stroud, definitely top 3 quarterback last year, performance-wise, with what he did. or in the AFC, I should say. And I think they only get better next year. So, yeah, I got them at number 3.
Next, my number 2 is the Houston Texans. I had them as the number 2 seed. Obviously made some great improvements, and I think that makes them the number 2 seed here. Then they're going to be close to getting the number 1 seed, but adding as a number 2 seed, obviously adding Stephon Diggs, Danielle Hunter, adding a Joe Mixon really made some really good improvements to the team, Jeff Okuda. So, yeah.
Who the fuck is your number 1?
Just wait until I get to my number 1 seed.
I swear to God, that's nasty. My number 2 is actually going to be Baltimore.
You missed it.
I don't think we're going to get the number 1 seed again this year. You're right. We do have a hard schedule, but we win games no matter what. We got Lamar Jackson as our quarterback. He's the regular season warrior. He is. I'll be the first to admit it. Hard to beat him in the regular season. So it doesn't matter who we play. Like, honestly, he does find a way to win games. So we will be fighting for that number 1 seed, but it'll be a game or 2 short from getting it this year, I believe. We're going to win like
I think
12,
the 1 through 4 seed.
Yeah, we're winning 12 to 13 games this year.
Yeah, I was going to say for me, the 1 to 4 seed is there's only going to be separated by like a game and a half. So I think it's going to be like the NFC West and NBA Western Conference. Smooth.
My number 2 is the Kansas City Chiefs. The Kansas City Chiefs, best quarterback in the league, best coach in the league. Didn't lose too much. Resign Chris Jones. Got anxious to see what the whatchamacallit gonna do with them. Worthy. But yeah, I just think the consistent team. Like you said, they're gonna lose some games. Not too many in the regular season. But yeah.
All right. My number 1 seed. Drum roll, please. Last time this person had a good team, he won the MVP. Won it back-to-back. Think they got a really good team there. Got some great receivers with Mike Williams, Malachi Corley, like they said. Obviously, they added. Obviously, they got Garrett Wilson. They got Breece Hall. Defense, in which they added Harrison Reddick. Hassan Reddick. And just I think they're just going to get better. They can continue to get better. Defense going to be there, but now they got offensive line as well. So I got the New York Jets being the number 1 seed in the AFC in the regular season. This is all regular season wise. So the Jets being the number 1 seed in the AFC regular season. So yeah. Then they got the
Dolphins didn't make playoffs.
Yeah, I don't have the Dolphins making the playoffs.
That's crazy.
Don't have the Dolphins making the playoffs.
My number 1 team's Houston.
They lost.
Huh?
I would say the Dolphins lost. They haven't. The Dolphins haven't replaced Wilkins, which I think.
True.
So.
Well, like I said, my number 1's Houston. I think they had probably one, if the best, probably the best offseason out of a team right now. Like, it's arguably the best offseason for a team. Their offense got dangerous. I mean, I know not everybody loves Stephon, but Stephon's still an elite receiver. And they got Joe Mixon now running in the backfield. It should be an improvement, to what they already were doing with Nico Collins, Tank Dell, and Dalton Schultz. Pierce was a disappointment. That's why Mixon is here. I do like Daniel Hunter and Will Anderson combo. That's nasty. That really is nasty. They're going to get after quarterbacks, and if they don't get after quarterbacks, their pressures are going to force interceptions. It's going to happen. I really like them. I think they're going to get the first seed above my team by like 1 game or so, and it's going to be a race between CJ and Lamar for MVP.
Nice. All right.
My number 1 team is Baltimore. Actually, I bought him on being the best team in the league overall next year.
Surprised.
You did
I
have
think
them in number one as your power ranking.
they're just a good team. I think they have a repeat season of last year. I don't think that AFC North is, other than the Steelers, in my opinion, is going to be as competitive as we've seen in the past. I think the Ravens will win that easily. So yeah, I feel
Hey,
like
say it
when
again. Say it again. We can win it.
I said
What?
other than the Steelers, so I mean,
No,
I might split with the Steelers. Y'all gonna
we
win
gonna
it. Y'all should win it easily.
yeah.
So if y'all don't, then
That's what I was trying to hear. Easy.
adding Derrick Henry is just stupid. So
We should.
it's but
Derrick
football
Henry
any
is
given
hard.
Sunday, any given Sundays.
Y'all got no receivers, man.
What you mean? Zay Flowers, Mike Andrews, Isaiah Likely, Rashad Bateman. Hey, if he has a good year, that's a steal deal that this they did for him with how these receivers about to get paid. We're only paying it 5 years for for the next 3 years, 5 year every year. That's good.
Hey man, fuck it. We're here. Y'all want to do NFC? Might as well, right? We might as well go into the NFC, man. Let's go to the NFC before we get up out of here. Give me y'all 7th seed going into the NFC. Listen, man, sometimes we do impromptu things here, man.
You're right.
7th seed.
It's pretty easy for me.
Give me. I hate.
It better be who you had at number 10, DL.
Oh, they're gonna be higher.
You know what? I'm gonna give
and that might not be a bad take either, huh, Wayne? In the NFC.
That's my 7th seed, right?
Okay.
I'm gonna go Cowboys 7th seed.
Who the fuck? Oh yeah, I'll say 7th seed Cowboys. All right. Who's your 7th seed, Smooth?
My 7th seed is the Bears.
Caleb Williams, rookie year, getting into the playoff.
That'd be crazy.
All right. Well, my 7th seed's a little crazier. I have the Washington Commanders as the 7th seed. For myself.
That's fucking
Dan
wild.
Quinn being a coach can really improve this defense. Jaden Daniels, receiving room. They made some improvements to the offensive line. I got the Commanders. Who's your 6th seed, Chubbs?
I got the always gritty team that always finds a way. Give me the LA Rams.
LA Rams at number 6. Don't hate it. Who's your number 6, Smooth?
We are the Commanders. Number 6.
All right. My number 6 seed is going to be the Green Bay Packers. I have the Green Bay Packers being the 6th seed. Jordan Love, great year, but I don't think they win the division this year. It's going to be really close. But I think that my Lions still edged enough. Who's your 5th seed, Chubbs?
I got Green Bay at 5. They're not going to win the division, but they'll make playoffs. And they'll beat some teams where they're not like the 6 or 7 seed.
Smooth?
Give me the 49ers.
Yeah, the 49ers now. Okay, you didn't even have them in your top 10. So yeah.
I didn't.
Which is crazy. My 5th seed is going to be the. Actually, I'll switch this. I'm going to make the Packers my 5th seed, and I'm going to make the Seattle Seahawks my 6th seed. I don't think the Rams make the playoffs this year.
Did I have Cowboys in my top 10? No, I don't think I did.
In your top 10, I'll check for you. You did not.
Oh,
Spoiler alert, I don't have the Cowboys making the playoffs either. All right, 4th seed Chubbs.
I'm trying to think divisions.
Just go to the NFC South. Just go to the NFC South.
Yeah, so I'm trying to think.
Saints,
It's either gonna.
Saints,
It's gonna. I'm gonna actually. You know what? I'm gonna do it. I was gonna say Bucks, but I got faith in Captain. I got faith in the captain. Give me the Falcons 4th seed.
I got the Falcons 4th seed as well. Smooth, 4th seed.
Yep, I like that. Falcons at 4.
Hey, number 3 seed, fellas.
Oh, give me Fly Eagles Fly. I don't know why I give him that look. You know how I feel about Jalen. Top 13 quarterback.
That's eight. Number 3
That's
seed.
the truth.
I got the Lions. I have the Lions at the 3 seed.
I'll take the Packers.
Hold on. So you don't got the Lions making the playoffs?
I got the Lions at number 1. Spoiler alert.
They same division. So they can't be.
Who?
The Lions and Packers.
The Lions and Packers are same division.
What that mean?
Yeah. That means
So
they
I'm saying
can't be. You got to give a division leader.
They have to switch spacings, is what you're saying?
Like the Packers.
Yeah,
If you have the Lions winning, the Packers need to be 5th through 7 or somewhere.
Yeah.
So
get the command.
you said the
Bears out of there,
you put the Bears.
Yeah,
in
give me
there
the
too.
Bears. Yeah. We trying to squeak teams in there.
That's crazy. 3 teams out of NFC, North, whatever.
I don't know. I like the Bears, man. I like the Bears. I don't think they're going to win nothing, but they can squeak in there.
You got to go in the playoffs saying they can win nothing.
We just said the Vikings. The Vikings is questionable. Lions is iffy, but
there ain't no question. The Vikings gonna be ass.
Yeah, give me Green Bay at my 7 then.
All right. So who you have at 3?
I'm gonna have to bump everybody down, honestly.
The 4th still stays there.
Your 3rd should definitely be the 49ers. If you're don't be stupid.
I don't have my 49ers. I don't have 49ers top 10, honestly. So it's not really.
But they don't got the one in their division. And their division is the Cardinals, Seahawks, and Rams. So only one of those 4.
Yeah, they will win their division. They will win their division.
Sounds like you got 3rd.
Put them at 4. No, put them at 3. Sorry.
Who you have at number 2, Chubbs?
I got the 49ers at number 2.
I have the 49ers at number 2 as well.
Eagles at 2.
And you both have the Lions at 1?
I do have the Lions at 1.
I have the Eagles as the number 1 seed in the NFC this year.
Trash.
Trash. They had to take on Brooklyn.
I know they got the 21st.
If y'all could add Derrick Henry and be number 1, why can't they add Saquon Barkley, add C.J. Gardner-Johnson, add Cooper?
Overrated. It's because they got Jalen Hurts.
Better, man.
And that is 8 now.
All right, fella. Anything else y'all want to say to the people before we get up out of here?
Oh, man.
Are we good? All right, folks. We'll see you guys back on Wednesday.
Oh, I got something to say. Nick Wright needs to get off somebody's D.
What he do?
He said Lamar Jackson wasn't a top 5 quarterback, but he would take Stafford or Caleb Williams over him. just because of Lamar's playoff performances. That is hate. That is hate.
It's hate once he put Caleb Williams in it.
He said, if you don't want to play,
he didn't catch that, Wayne. He didn't catch that.
It wasn't hate. It was true.
It was hate. It was hate.
I'm saying he said based on playoff performances. I said that's hate because he can't put Caleb Williams in. If he would have said another quarterback,
he said every year he has his worst game, and that's not true. He had a good game against Titans,
but they had a bad game versus Bills.
He got a concussion.
He was playing ass before he got a concussion.
But there was still plenty of time when he got a concussion, though. Yeah, when he got a concussion,
was he playing ass? Was he playing ass? Yes or no?
We don't do Lamar slander on this podcast.
Yeah, we don't do Lamar slander. So
or Raven slander on this podcast.
No, don't save him. He got to answer the question. Was he playing ass? Yes or no?
Lamar didn't play well. He didn't play ass, but he got hurt. He got hurt.
Compound sentences.
Yeah, I'm laughing because he knows exactly what I'm doing. You know exactly what I'm doing.
Why are we talking about the past, man?
Man, we're supposed to be wrapping it up. You always doing this, Chris.
Okay.
I'll see y'all. I'm saying. I'll see y'all.
Pulling it up, bro. Show me the
How the fuck you not find it yet? Come on.
In 2 games that he played against the Bills that year, he went 31 for 48, 64% for completion percentage, which isn't bad, 341 yards, 0 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, 8 sacks.
Hey, why are you talking about the 8 sacks? That's kind of crazy. That's his fault. Look at his mouth. It's not his fault that he's getting sacked 8 times.
I was with you until you said 0 touchdowns. I was like, that's not bad. He said 2 picks and then he said 8 sacks.
And again, at Chelsea, he played well against the Titans and he didn't score. That was a playoff run. That was ass. Yeah, the first 3 playoff runs, Lamar was shitty. In the first 3 playoffs run, Lamar had 3 touchdowns.
Hold on. That Titans game that we did lose, he had crazy yards. What are we talking about?
He still had 1 touchdown and 2 interceptions.
See how many total yards did he have? Put his rushing in with his passing. How many total yards did he have?
Over 400.
Over 400 yards. Okay.
Empty calorie stats.
And then he had what? How many touchdowns the second time he played Titans? He had a good game, I'm pretty sure. We won that game.
This is how many touchdowns in that game that y'all won. He had.
I swear he had
many fingers that I have up.
I swear he had a rushing touchdown.
I was talking about running back.
It's a part of his fucking game. Hey, wrap this up. Wrap this up.
All right, man.
This quarterback